Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5 a.m. and we are starting our very first app, Digital Doodle here. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an engineering design. And I'm going to put it on a smart notebook. And you guys are going to have to bear with my writing in a smart notebook because I'm writing with a mouse and it comes out awful. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to show you how to do your digital design, your engineering design of Digital Doodle. So one thing I ask is that you guys have a full sheet of paper, right? Don't draw little tiny boxes for your phone screen. Let the whole sheet of paper be your phone screen. Okay, that's the only thing I ask. Because you don't know how many buttons we're going to put on here today. And you don't want to make it real small and then you're like, oh, I don't have enough room to go big with it. So try to use the entire, use the whole board there. Very good. Use your whole sheet of paper. So I'm going to go get a box here. And this is going to be my phone screen. Okay. See if I can move it up. Okay, let me go get a box. Rectangle. Here we go. All right, so this is my phone screen here, okay? You guys with me on that? That's your sheet of paper. All right, so first thing we want to do is go grab a pen and give it a title. Does anyone know the title of our app today? Yes. No, what's the name of our app today? Yeah. Digital Doodle. Okay. You cannot start your names with numbers. You can't have spaces in your name. You can't have decimals in your name. Okay, so here's how I do it. I've learned to do this, and I'm just giving you so you don't have to do this, so I save you some frustration. So the title of my app is going to be called Digital, capital letter again, Doodle. I told you my handwriting wasn't very good. And then you're going to go 1_1_2. That is the title of my app. Okay. Now, when you guys go into MIT today or tomorrow, are you going to hit Project Start? And are you going to know what to name it? Absolutely, you should. Okay. All right. How are we doing over there, Kylie? Good. You're looking good. Very good. Very nice. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you how to do is what I call horizontal arrangements, okay? This is going to be a horizontal arrangement in here, okay? Horizontal arrangement, okay? Kylie, don't write all this, okay? I'm just writing this out for you guys so you know what it is the very first time. We're going to use this all the time. I'm going to call this guy HA colors. What do you think I'm going to put up in here? Bunch of what? Colors. Okay. So if I want a color, I'm going to click on a button. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go give them three choices: red, green, and blue. Those are the most common choices in programming, okay? Because all the colors in a program are made with RGBs, and RGB stands for red, green, blue, okay? So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go get a red pen so Kylie can get a red pen. And I'm going to make this really cool round button with a capital R on it, okay? And I'm going to color it in red, okay? And make this red R might be black, are you with me, or white, something we can see. Okay, this guy is going to be named, okay, BTN red. What do you think BTN stands for? What? Button, okay? So when you see this in code, you're going to know, hey, BTN is red, it's a button, and it's controlling my red. Does that make sense? Okay, and then you're always going to give it a width and a height. So width is going to be 48, and your height is going to be 48. Okay, and that's how I'm going to get this nice little perfect circle. If you make the heights and widths identical, you get a perfect circle because you're going to select oval. Okay, it's going to be oval in shape. It's going to be 48. When I do a perfect oval of 48 by 48, I get a perfect circle. Yes, that's fine. 60 by 60 was just too big. Okay, could I have done 60 by 60? Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Why? It's my app. I'm the programmer. I'm the developer. I just found out that 60 by 60 was too big. Okay, so here's one good thing you need to know, all right? So this brings me up to a good point. Thank you for saying that. It's a great point. This width down here, okay, so here's my app, right? The width of the app is 300 pixels, all right? The height of the app is 400 pixels. That's just tidbits of information you need to keep in mind. So let's say I'm going to put 4 buttons across the top. Those buttons can't be any bigger than 75 because 4 times 75 is 300. 70 times 4 is 300. You're going to be too big, and you need a little bit of buffer space in between them. Okay. Most screens, are you ready for this, are 4 by 3s. 4-to-3 ratios. Okay, so you're going to see screens that are, let's say it's 200. So you're going to see a screen that's 600 pixels by 800 pixels. So you'll see a lot of 600 by 800s. You might see 900 by 1200. You guys with me there? You might see a 1200 by 12 times 3 is 400. 3 times 400 is 12. So 400 times 4 is 1600. You with me? Those are your normal screen sizes. Okay. Most phones, and including this tablet here, are 4 by 3 ratio. Okay. Taller than they are wide. You with me? 4-to-3 ratio. Okay. Why do you need to know that? Just because we can. Are you with me? Okay. So does it matter we make it 48 by 48? No, we can make it 44 by 44, whatever we want. So the next one, I'm going to make a nice little green button in here. I'm going to put a capital G in here, and I'm going to color it in. What do you think the name of this button's going to be? Yep, BTN green, capital G, so you can see. Okay, then I'm going to go get a nice little blue button in here. Capital B, color it in. Okay. What's the name of that button going to be? BTN blue. Keep it simple. And then I'm going to have a real fun button over here, okay? And I'm going to put this as a little question mark. Oops. That was not a question mark. All right. What was that? I want to have a nice little mystery button in here, okay? So I'm gonna call it BTN mystery. What's the mystery button gonna do? Yes. It's gonna give them. It's not gonna let them. We could let them pick. It's gonna be like a random color. Okay. And then when we upgrade on Friday, I'm gonna show you how to pick. RGBs go from 0 to 255, green goes from 0 to 255, and blue goes from 255. So there are 256 different colors in red, 256 colors in green, and 256 colors in blue. When you do the math on that, there's 16,777,216 different colors in a computer. I'm going to show you how to allow them to pick from all 16 million colors. Okay? Who had the Snapchat out? That was a slider, right? I'm going to show you how to do that slider. And you're going to give them, instead of giving them 3 choices, guess what's better than 3 choices? 4. Guess what's better than 4? 5. Guess what's better than 5? 16,777,216. That's what's better. Are you with me? Okay. All right. Are we good so far? Everybody getting this? All right. Going too fast, too slow? Are we good? We're good. All right, too slow. Here we go. Kylie wants to get going. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, and I'm going to do some coloring here. All right, you're going to put in a great big box in here. And this is going to be a canvas. Okay? And I'm going to start it out giving it a name with CNV. What do you think CNV stands for? Canvas, you're brilliant. And then I want to give it a name. It's going to hold my picture. Okay? So what normally holds pictures? Frame. So I'm going to call this a picture frame. This is going to be called pic frame. Does that make sense to everybody? It holds the picture. So I'm going to put my little smiley face guy in here. It's going to hold my face in there. All right. Width, FP, fill parent. Height, FP, fill parent. Have we talked about fill parent yet? Okay. Fill parent is we don't know the sizes of phones, right? Some big phones, even iPhones. You got the Galaxy. All the Galaxies are different. All the iPhones are different. Okay. Everyone has a different size phone. You don't know the size of the phone your person's going to be using for your app. Therefore, you don't make, see, I know this width is 300 by 400 right here. You with me on that? But I'm not going to make the width of it 300 by, it's not going to be 400 because I just chunked off the top of the top, and I'm going to chunk off a piece at the bottom. So it's going to be something less than 400. I'm not going to try to figure that out, what it is. I don't really care. Are you with me? Okay. So you just say, hey, fill parent, fill in the device of what you're sitting on. If it shrinks, shrink with it. If it gets bigger, go bigger with it. So that's what we learn how to do in mobile apps because we don't know the size of the screen the person's using. Who's good with me so far? All right. So now we got a place to hold our canvas. Now let's go across the bottom. Okay. So down here, we're going to have another horizontal arrangement, calling it HA lower buttons. What do you think this is going to hold? Okay, width, fill parent, stretch it across the top. By the way, no, I'm sorry. Width on HA colors up here. Width is FP, fill parent. Okay, make it stretch all the way across so you can put your 4 buttons in it. Okay, and I'll talk to you more about horizontal. I love horizontal arrangements. I love arrangements. Once I figured out how to do arrangements, I could go from being an amateur to a pro. So the sooner you figure out arrangements, the sooner you can go from amateur to pro status, become professional. Because without arrangements, you're going to stay at an amateur level and your apps are going to look terrible. Okay, how we doing over there? Doing good? Having fun? You're doing a great job. Love the smiley face. All right, so down here, what kind of buttons do we need? What's this app do? What button should I press to do what first? Picture, okay? So down here, we need this center little button down here to take a picture. And I'm going to show you how to put really cool icons in here. So I'm going to put a little picture of a camera in there. Okay, this is going to be BTN take pic. Anyone want to guess what my height and width is going to be? I'm going to keep it consistent with 48 by 48. I don't want to have crazy button sizes all over the place. Are you with me? I want to keep it consistent. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this right now. We're going to have 5 buttons across the bottom. Could I have done 60 by 60? What's 5 times 60? 300, right? We already know that our phone width is 300. That gives us no leeway or no space in between buttons. And by the way, there's always going to be space in between buttons. It always has a buffer space in there. Okay? So if I do 60 by 60 and I'm right at 60 times 5 is 300, it's going to start pushing something off the screen. Are you with me? So that's why I decided, and I learned from doing this. I've done it 7 quarters now. I learned that 60 by 60 was too big. So that's why I went with a little bit less, 48 by 48. Okay? You live and learn, right? All right, what's next? What else should we have down here? Good, undo and erase button. Very good. So I'm gonna have I can do like a little. You guys ever seen those arrows that go around like that? Okay. Um, yeah, you could do a trash can. That'd be cool. Okay. You can do undo. You could do erase. So some people are doing like erasers in here. Okay. See this guy up here? What's this guy right here? Yeah, you could do this exact button if we wanted to. I could find this exact. I could type in Smart Notebook Eraser icon, and I can find that exact icon. Yes. And if I would try to sell this, that would be a copyright problem. But am I going to sell this app? No. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to teach you guys academically that we can go find whatever button we want. Okay? So this button is here. What's this button going to be called? BTN what? Undo? Okay, what's this button going to be called? BTN erase. And we really have to figure out, is there a difference between those buttons? I don't know. I'm going to put two more buttons over here. One of them you're probably not going to guess. This is going to be my microphone button. That is a microphone. It's awful. I know I can't draw with a mouse. This is BTN voice. I'm going to show you how to do voice commands. How many people like Siri and Iris? Okay, I love them. Okay, so we'll have voice in there. And you could say to the app, erase. You could say to the app, quit. You could say to the app, change color to red. And it can get your voice commands and change everything. All right, the next thing is I'm going to show you how to do a little sharing. Let's say you really like your picture that you did and you want to share it to Facebook, share it to Twitter, share it to Snapchat. I can show you how to share it. So this is going to be BTN share. BTN share. Okay. Now we're almost finished with our engineering design. Okay. And now down here, we need some things called invisible components. Okay, non-visible components is what MIT calls it. I like to think of it as software. Has anyone ever built a computer before? Has anyone's parents ever built a computer before? Okay, so when you buy a computer, you buy the parts, you put it together. You got this nice working computer, but it has nothing on it, right? What do you have to load onto it to get it to work? Software packages. You have to get your the Windows. Do you want Windows? Are you with me? What package are you running? So without that, it's not going to run. It's just a nice looking computer with good memory and good fan. Okay, so we want to put software in here that helps this thing run. Guess what? If I'm going to have a camera, a picture, right? I want to have a camera software in here. So you need to go and drag in the camera software. Okay, it'll be a non-visible component. It'll never be on the screen. But what we're doing is we're saying, hey, I'm going to take a picture. I got to communicate with the camera that's on the phone with my button so that my button communicates with the camera to take a picture. Okay? If you're going to do voice, you need to have a speech recognizer. Speech recognizer. Okay. If you're going to share, you need to have the sharing software. Okay. Erase, that won't take any software. Undo won't take any software. But there are two more things I want to show you today. It's kind of cool because they're easy. There's something called an accelerometer. Okay. Accelerometers, you can shake and tilt your screen. You guys ever played a game where you had to tilt? Okay, that's all done with an accelerometer. If you shake it, So let's say we didn't like our picture. We could shake it. You guys ever seen like an Etch-a-Sketch before, where you draw with an Etch-a-Sketch and then you shake it? We could shake it to get to clear our screen. Not only could we do undo and erase, I can show you how to simply shake it, and then that could be an event handler that handles the clear event. And then one more thing I like to do, my favorite one is text to speech. How many people like Siri? So we'll have Siri come on, and I'll show you how to do Siri. She's really cool. Iris, Siri, you can even make it a man's voice if you want. Okay. Yeah, we can make it Australian. We can make it British. Whatever you want, man. It's really cool. You're going to love it. I think you're going to just absolutely love it. Okay, who's ready to build? All right. Okay, so let me ask you this. If I'm not here tomorrow, let's say I get sick tonight. I'm sick. I'm feeling it coming on. I'm going to write some lesson plans. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Do you guys feel like you could go back and build what we're trying to build here? Do you have an idea of what it should look like going across the top? Do you understand what it should look like going across the bottom? Even though you don't know how to maybe get all those steps done, do you have an idea of what you're trying to build here today? Okay, I think you should. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we do engineering designs. You have to first analyze and come up with the idea, the thought process. Just think. Was it that hard to think about that? No. How long did it take us? This video is only at 21 minutes. Doesn't take us that long, and I'm going pretty slow. Are you with me? Okay. Doesn't take you that long. But now you got an idea. It's just like my friend called me over last night and said, hey, I want you to build this app for my BFit program. She's the trainer for the Bengals. Are you guys with me on that? And I said, okay. I said, you know, she said, what do we got to do? I said, we got to meet, and you got to tell me what your vision is so that I understand the vision of the app. All right? And I can show you what we came up with last night. Okay? So this is why we do engineering designs. All right? I hope this helps. Keep calm. Code on.